Let's begin with a story we already know. You have a task. It's important. Maybe even a business plan. Maybe it's a difficult conversation, a creative project, a a session. You know it's important. You see it clear as day on your mental map. It's the landmark on your next journey. But between you and that landmark, the terrain feels treacherous, unmapped. So what do? What do we do? You do something else. You reorganize your bookshelf. You fall into a 45-minute rabbit hole about the history of the paperclip. You decide right now is the perfect time to start deep cleaning your fridge. You're not lazy, you're busy. You're doing things. But in your gut, you feel a low, quiet hum of unease because the important things, the things that you really want to get done, the things that you really need to get done are not getting done. The landmark is not getting any closer. My friends, this is a story about procrastination, not about time management. This story is about a shadow that lives in the room of every single dreamer, every single creator, every person who has ever wanted to do more, to be more. That shadow, again, has the name of procrastination. And today, we're not going to fight it. We're going to do our best to understand it. We're going to listen to its whispers because they're going to tell us what we're afraid of. And then, once we know what we're afraid of, then we're going to gently, firmly learn to speak to it. We're going to learn to step back into the light. Every moment tests you. Every action defines you. This is the prestigious initiative where mindset becomes muscle and character becomes legacy. I'm Chris Bean, martial artist, coach, and relentless believer in growth. If you're here to sharpen your edge, lead with integrity, and build a life that echoes beyond your years, you're home. You can find the podcast on social media at PrestigiousPod. You can find me at Chris Bean Official, and the email for the podcast is prestigiousinitiative@gmail.com. For years, I thought procrastination was the enemy, a monster that we had to slay with sheer willpower. But listen, I'm going to tell you, I was wrong. Procrastination isn't a monster. Procrastination is more like a guard dog. Think about a guard dog for a second. The guard dog's job is to stand at the gate and bark at threats. It doesn't analyze. It just reacts. It sees something unfamiliar, something challenging, and it sounds the alarm. Danger, danger, don't proceed. That's what the guard dog's main objective is. That's why we have that guard dog there. What is it about the danger? What is that fear named? Right? If you think about this as an article, what is the article of your fear named? Is it the fear of falling, or the fear of failing and being judged for that failure? The fear of succeeding and then having to live up to it. Maybe it's the fear of what you create won't be perfect. The sheer overwhelm of the unknown of staring at that blank page. You see, listen, the guard dog, our procrastination, is trying to protect us from that discomfort. Its strategy is really just distraction. Don't go towards that scary task, it says. Come over here, check your email. That's something safe, that's something known, something that I know that you can do. Really, the tragedy for this, the irony for this is that protection that guard dog is trying to save us from, it becomes a prison. Every time we listen to that guard dog, every time that shadow of procrastination gets a little bit bigger, the task becomes a little bit more monstrous. And you start to believe the story of yourself that, I'm just a procrastinator. A procrastinator. That label sticks. And that dream that you want to achieve stays on the map forever in the distance, never coming any closer to where you want to be. So how do we discard or disarm this guard dog, or even discard this guard dog? Listen, we start by not attacking it. We acknowledge that it's there. Recognize that bark for what it is. The single most important moment of this entire story happens the moment that you say out loud, I am procrastinating right now. That's the single most important, that's the pivotal moment for us. You don't want to tell yourself, I'm so lazy. You don't want to tell yourself, I'm a mess. Simply observe the fact. I'm avoiding the important thing. That moment is you. That moment, you, the protagonist, turns on the light in the room, and it starts to look at the shadow. Listen, the shadow is still going to be there, but now you can see its shape. Now you get to realize that you are in charge. You get to be the person who is pointing the light to get rid of that shadow. And with that light on, you can ask the very crucial question, guard dog, what are you really protecting me for? Or in other words, why? Why is it that I'm afraid? Why is it that I'm shying away from this task right now? What is it that's holding me back? Is it the fear of a flawed first draft? Is it the fear of somebody saying no? Is it the fear of looking foolish? Name it. Speak that fear. Bringing it from the murky unconscious into the clear light of your conscious mind is going to strip over half of its power. It's no longer a nameless terror. It's specific, manageable, and it's something that you can deal with right now. Now is the chance to move. But you move with cunning kindness. You don't want to leap the whole wall that the guard dog is blocking. You want to find the smallest, simplest gate and walk through that gate. That is your first strategy. The ludicrously small first step. What is the very simplest, easiest thing that you can do to make that first step towards accomplishing that task? Listen, don't make the tasks so big. So think about this. Your task isn't to write a book. Your task is to open the document and write one terrible sentence. Again, your task isn't to get in shape. It's to put on my running shoes and go stand outside. You're hacking your own motivation when you do this, because motivation follows action. That tiny completion, that tiny feeling that you get when you say, I did the thing, that's going to create a spark of momentum. It's going to be you proving to yourself that I can move forward. Your second strategy is a focused sprint. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Tell yourself, for these 25 minutes, I will stay with this task. When the timer rings, you get to say, whew, I'm free. Listen, what that is the Pomodoro technique. And it works because you're treating that task as a task, something that is going to be done for 25 minutes and then it's done. Not a life of hard labor. It's not like you're getting sentenced to prison for that. It's a brief, honorable tour of duty. It trains your focus muscle into manageable, small reps that you know that you can accomplish. The third strategy is alliance. Listen, tell one person that very small first step, that ludicrously small first step, and when you're going to do it. An accountability partner turns the silent struggle that we all face in the path to getting things done, into something that we can share, a journey where we can grow together. The guard dog's bark is much quieter when you're in the room and there's other people there. When you're alone in that room, it is deafening, that guard dog pulling you away from what it is. But when there's other people there, it quiets that. This is the new story. Listen, you're not at war with yourself. You're a wise leader, understanding the fears, guiding yourself forward with compassion and with a clear strategy. Procrastination may always be that shadow that's in the room, but right now, you know its name, you know its game, and you have the opportunity to hold the light. Do that one thing. Complete that one micro task. Feel the spark. That spark is you taking back the narrative, taking back control over the momentum in your life. That spark is you proving that on the dream that you want to achieve. That map, that dream is not just a distant landmark on that map. It's a destination where you are actively and courageously walking towards. And remember, you've got this.